All right, we're live. So let me post the link. All right. So how do you see the dump? How do you see the dump that happened yesterday?
Man, I fully missed. I missed that dump, man. I missed it.
How
Honestly,
managed? How did you miss it?
I was not even around. Said yes. Throughout yesterday, I was not around. So when I was coming back, I looked at the market. I was like, shit, man, I missed this. I was not really around yesterday, but I really missed it. So
Wow, that's sad.
and
Because everything.
I've actually been looking throughout I was looking through the chat, man. Was looking for a way to actually make it up. I could not find it again. I don't even know whether should I long from here or should I short. I just said let me just run now.
As long as you missed the major dump, you have missed it. You have missed it.
Yeah, once you missed it, you have
That's it.
missed it. So,
Yeah. Once you miss that major dump, you've missed it. You've missed it. That's just it. There's no. If you try to force a trade, it might be catastrophic where you might end up making like a loss or something.
yeah,
That's just a challenge. If you try to force a trade, you might end up hitting a loss you might not really be happy with. So most times, once you miss it, it's just to let it slide. It's just to let it slide most times once you miss it. But yeah, let's jump straight to the charts. Let's jump to the charts basically. Let me share my screen. Yesterday, everything came down crashing. Gold, everything was on a huge crash, like a huge crash. But yeah, let's jump in on the chart from where we stopped yesterday. There were certain things I made very clear yesterday. So let's jump in and talk about it today because I made certain things very clear yesterday. So let's talk about it today. So I'll share my screen first. Let's start by looking at overall crypto market. So sincerely, for those persons that consistently join this live stream, you're supposed to be profiting. You're supposed to be making some good profits from the market. You guys should be making some good profits, reasonable profits. Even if your capital is $10 or $50, at least by now, your capital should be up. Worst case, 200%. Worst case. Because this analysis we do every day has been at least 65-70% accurate. At least 65-70%. So most persons are supposed to make very good profit. If you're not, that means you're not taking actions or you're not being disciplined. So let's look at overall crypto bubble. You can see this is a huge red today. If you look at yesterday, if you guys joined yesterday, there's something I said yesterday. I made it very clear that we are still bearish. We jump to BTC chart, I'll show that we're still bearish. I made that very clear. And I told you guys where we're having support, the only thing holding. And there was also something I made clear that we were already at Wednesday. Once we start approaching Thursday, Friday, expect dump. BTC, if it's still unable to react from that zone towards the upside, and by today it hasn't reacted, it's going to definitely dump. If it stays like that till today afternoon, definitely I'll be expecting a dump. Now we saw that dump yesterday afternoon. That zone failed. It didn't even hold till today because I said even if it doesn't pump yesterday and that zone still holds till today, Thursday afternoon, it must dump. There's no two ways because that's what usually happens once we start approaching Friday. It will dump. The only thing that will make it not dump is if we pump up to 75K. You get then we can now start expecting like a retest of that white line we had and all of that. So let me just share the BTC chart so that we can relate to what I'm saying clearly. This was what I was telling you guys yesterday. So on this live stream yesterday, this was where BTC was yesterday on this live stream. BTC was here. It was actually here yesterday, 73 900 or thereabout. That's where it was. And I made it clear that my own short trade had closed on Tuesday, where I lost. So it closed. I told you guys that it closed and I was able to secure about 1 to 0.9 something profit. Not exactly 1 to 1, but 1 to 0.9. Whereas this full trade is about 1 to 2 point something. I was able to secure approximately 1 to 1 profit from my own trade since it closed based on trailing stop loss. And I said that I won't be getting back in yet because there's no need. I'm already on other shots from all targets. Now, this was BTC was this white line, which I told you guys that that's the only thing holding it. And I'm not surprised because there's huge buy pressure here. So that's why we bounced off several 4 hours candle. You can see a bounce until it failed yesterday afternoon. It failed yesterday afternoon. That was where it failed towards evening. And we saw this huge dump. So if you switch to like 2 hours candle, you see it failed around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, something around that time. That's where it failed yesterday, and we started crashing. Immediately this closed, it was confirmed that this zone has given up. So we're heading down towards this zone, and this zone you saw little resistance. After which this zone has failed too. Now let me go to 4 hours. If you go to 4 hours, you can see how all of these zones failed. This one tried to react a bit, but it failed. And this is where we are facing little buy pressure now, just very little at 69K, very expected, which I believe that would also fail too. I strongly believe this will fail. Why is because the structure is lost. This lower time frame, or you can call it this 4 hours time frame structure is lost. If you draw a trend line, if you were to even plot it a trend line, like drawing a trend line like this, if you were to even use a trend line, you can see it clearly. It failed. Like this trend line that we're building upward momentum, it has failed. If you want to look actual structure, if you push trend line aside, you see clearly on the 4 hours chart, we had the low, we had the high, after which we broke this high and we had the higher high. Now we have broken this low. This low is broken. So even on the 4 hours chart, you can see that it closed below this low. So the structure is broken. What that means is we're going down. So even if there should be like a bounce back to this fair value gap, is to shut it all the way down. All road leads down. And if you're following normal TA analysis, if you're trading via technical analysis, where you'll be expecting this short to get to is here, the beginning of the trend line move. That's where you'll be expecting it to get to, which is around 65K. If you're following normal chart analysis, this trend line that is broken, where you'll be expecting it is here. So even people that trade trend line as a strategy, they cut this trade obviously. People that trade trend line, maybe this close below the trend line, they could enter from here and put their stop loss somewhere here. People that trade trend line. After this trade failed, sometimes I trade trend line, sometimes I don't. They could have still taken this trade. They could have taken this trade immediately the 4 hours candle closed. They could have easily taken it in the open of the next 4 hours candle and put their stop loss. They can put it just above this white line, which is a major support level, which is not resistance. They could put it there and target 1 to 2. So if they have done that, you find that they have even gotten their 1 to 2. They've already hit full TP for those that trade trend line. Yeah, but yeah, this strategy, we taking a shot, it was actually from this point. It wasn't even from this zone. Basically, I didn't target a shot from this zone. So I didn't even see this yesterday. I just knew Bitcoin is dumping. My attention was alt to short alt, so I didn't even pay attention looking for other shorts for BTC. So apparently yesterday I did not open any fresh shorts on BTC aside this old one we had. So what we're expecting is for BTC to continue going down all the way to 66, 65K. Aligns with what I said yesterday, still very bearish. Long term, if you guys recall, we started this analysis from monthly and weekly. Told you guys that we've had two green weeks this month. We've had two very green weeks. It's only wise we see this gap here get filled. We saw the gap get filled on Monday, Tuesday. Now, what are we seeing? We're seeing a correction. Standard, normal, the exact thing we expect. Overall, BTC is still bearish. Overall, it's still bearish. So most times when you're trading, you need to ensure that you align with what the chart is saying and what the market is showing. You need to just try and make sure you align. If you go to the daily, you can also see the structure of the daily. I think we have a fair value gap on the daily, not necessarily. But my bias right now is to wait for this trend line to get filled up all the way back to this zone before I decide on what to do. So if at all I'm going to take any trade on BTC, I'll look for shorts, basically. On the daily, based on the dump we had yesterday, there's a fair value gap here. So if I see BTC bounce up a bit to this zone, short it back down. That's what I'll do. If I see it bounce, I'm not switching my bias to bullish. No. If I still get into this zone, I'll shut it back down. That's the strategy. But for now, I'm observing. Now let's go to other trades that I showed you guys. We took these trades and did for yesterday. We had okay, Dash. I took Dash trade yesterday. So Dash trade was taken yesterday. This Dash trade it was taken yesterday. Immediately BTC started dumping. That's when I rushed and I took short, which I told you guys that once BTC start dumping, I will hunt for shorts for alt. I saw Apex, but I didn't want to take it. I drew it, but I didn't actually take this trade on Apex because I didn't understand why Apex was pumping while BTC was dumping. So I just drew this, but I did not take this Apex trade. Another one I saw was River. I refused to take it. Thank God I didn't take it. If not, it would have hit stop loss. This is a old River trade from last week. So I saw River yesterday while BTC was dumping. River was approaching back to this point, but I refused taking it because River can be funny most times. So I just left it. I didn't take that. But aside that, there were other trades that we were positioned. We were positioned on LTC, which I showed you guys yesterday too. You can see the LTC trade. We were short on LTC from day before yesterday. LTC trade is still moving. Very conservative trade. The stop loss at 61.8. We took this trade from Tuesday. Right now it's above 1 to 1. Sorry, they're above 1 to 1. So it's a full 1 to 2 trade targeting 51 point something. So the trade is still live. LTC is looking quite strong. It hasn't dumped well, and it's because of this resistance we're having at this zone. AVAX too, and AVAX short. Yeah, so you guys can see this AVAX short was also we entered this short on Tuesday. I showed it yesterday. Yesterday we were still up here. Yesterday we're still somewhere here. So I still said it that trade is still open. Bearish. I'm expecting AVAX to dump. I'm expecting the markets to dump. And my standards, like I always tell you guys, I don't like being in more than three trades most times. Two trades, max three trades. That's why I didn't also put mine on the Apex trade because I had already opened Dash trade. So I was on AVAX, LTC, and Dash. Those three trades. So I had hit my maximum. Then also, I was also on Zcash. I was also on Zcash trade. Where's Zcash? Zcash, yeah. I was also on Zcash trade, which I spoke about the Zcash yesterday. I'll be looking for a short for Zcash. So if you guys see it, this is also a big conservative short where you can see my SL was placed 308, 308, 307. That's where my SL was placed. Even when I was expecting the market to dump, I still had to jump on a very, very conservative short on Zcash. Resistance was building around here, but it could still spike. If BTC had gone up, why I had to put that large conservative stop loss for Zcash, it was because if did its usual spike, if BTC did its usual spike while it was somewhere here, if it did a spike at this point, it would have pushed Zcash to like $300 or 290. So in order for me to make sure it doesn't hit my SL, BTC pumped here before dumping again, because BTC could have pumped here then crash again. So I had to anticipate that and make sure I keep enough space for my SL, which was why I had to take my stop loss for Zcash all the way to 307. That's just above this zone, all the way to 307. So just in case I won't get taken out of the trade. So this Zcash trade is still on. I'm still on the trade. It's above 1 to 1.3 already. I added more positions as it was going down. I added more positions because this is a free fall zone for Zcash. This is a free fall. So immediately it broke below this point. I added more positions, which when we dropped to here, I set really stop loss for some of those positions. So I think partial position about 60, 70% that's closed. About 30% is still on for Zcash. So these are like basically the short side took. There were more short opportunities in the market, but based on discipline, I just don't try to rush all positions. Then gold did hit where we were expecting to long, but the force that gold used to dump, I refused to take a long from that zone. I left it because of the force that it used to dump. If you guys check, we said this yesterday that we're still waiting for gold. Gold was still here, somewhere around here, as at yesterday morning. It was still up. So we did say that I'm looking for a gold around here, but the force that gold used to dump, like it was a huge dump. Most times when you see this huge dump, you just have to wait. You don't just get there and you jump in on a trade. You wait to see a reaction. You just chill. And I noticed yesterday the entire market was just crashing. I saw the same thing for S&P 500. I was also expecting a long at a particular position. I said, let me just share this. I saw the same thing. It was a huge dump to that level. I just had to wait to see like some reactions before deciding if I would jump in or not. So most times when you see all of this massive dump, just one straight candle, either 2 hours or 4 hours, you just need to wait to see how it will play out. You need to wait, chill, and see if it's going to find like a reasonable support. If there's going to be like resistance or something like that, just chill. So I also said something yesterday that there are also some buyers that are looking to buy gold from here. There are also buyers that are looking to buy gold. They wanted to take out this liquidity before they look at this zone. Said that to you yesterday. A few persons are looking at this level, while we have more persons looking at this level to jump in on gold. But for me, I'm just being observant to see where it's going to react before I decide if I would jump in or not. So, but for right now, my bias on gold is to see how it reacts once it gets inside this level. This line has been here for a while, by the way. Once it gets inside this level, I want to see how gold perform. If I see a confirmation towards the upside, then I can take an entry for gold. But yesterday there was no need to take more entries because I'd already put in like four trades, three old trades, or rather two old trades and two new ones. Dash was new and Zcash was a pending trade. Old trades were Litecoin and Abax. So congratulations to everyone. I made this clear yesterday. It's not every day you take fresh trades. Some days you wait and observe. Some days you hold to older trades that you've already positioned and just wait for it to play out. So that's my own bias. Actually, let's see what you have for us, basically.
Okay. Can I be heard?
Yes, yes, yes. You can share a screen.
Okay. Yeah, my screen is up.
Okay. The screen is still blank.
Okay, so
Your screen is still blank.
for real?
Okay, it's loading. Okay, we can see it now. We can see
Okay.
it.
I don't know. Okay. So should I change network? But anyway, if my screen start lagging, just let me know.
Okay.
Um, so yesterday, like I said, it was very painful that I missed this particular shot, man. I was kind of having an idea of it, but I was like, let me just go to where I'm going. Maybe before I come back, I don't know. But before I come back, it was very late. Came back very late. So the whole dump has happened. I started searching, man, to know whether if I can see something, if there is any piece that the market will leave for me, but I couldn't find. So I just have to, move on. So, but so for today, what am I expecting and what am I not expecting? Honestly, I don't think I'm actually expecting anything again. But the expectation I'm having now is that since I drew this in, my plan was that I was not planning, I was not hoping, I was hoping that um the market will not cross here this week. I was just feeling like it will just keep ranging from here to here. Maybe from Sunday we might just go below it. But actually, it didn't happen. We crossed it. So right now, what am I betting for? I think I'm looking for shorts, maybe to this position right here, since it has already crossed the one that I was hoping that it will not cross. So here is my next target right now. So for my entry, I don't really have a definite entry for now, but I'm hoping for here should have been a good position, but I don't see Bitcoin going to 74 again. So, but the next possible entry should be around here. So my next possible entry should be around here. So maybe an upward movement again to this range and then to 65. That was what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting. But for now, I'm kind of confused. I'm not trading anything. I don't even know what to trade. But while I was searching, I kind of saw something, not on BTC. Although I've not, it has been a while I traded BTC. I traded any altcoin, but I saw this coin, Diego. The coin has been moving up for some time. Diego. Diego Bybits. I'm looking for Diego Bybits.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Diego USDT. That's good. I don't know what is wrong with this. Okay. No, I said, oh my god, I selected BTC again. I just go for this Binance. Okay. Okay, so I saw this coin and I feel like it might be something that I should try out. So we have a breakdown here to the upward
What coin is this? You
other
say
block.
OG.
So this is a coin that's so honestly it has been a while. DEGO.
Okay,
So I feel
DEGO.
like
I'll
we are
check it.
going up to you know so
Digo. The coin is Digo.
from here we might go down. But
Okay,
yeah,
it's
Digo,
Digo.
Digo,
The coin
Digo.
is Digo. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, Digo, Digo.
I don't think this is on Bybit. It seems
So
like it's on Binance.
uh, I'm hoping I might just try my log, but it's on Binance.
I don't think it's on Bybit. I think it's only on Binance.
So this chart looks okay, okay. this the chart looks interesting, so I might just take a swing at it to to see what it will bring out, because we have a very downward movement here. And we're just hoping that the same pattern will repeat again. So, like I said, I don't really have much on my chart today. BTC fucked me yesterday because I missed the trade. Now, right now, I'm confused. I don't actually want to trade with emotion. Trying to
Any
know whether I
news?
can find
This
something to trade
this
today.
Digo, this Digo, can you search them out on CoinGecko and check their Twitter to see if there's any bullish news on why it's pumping? Because if there is a news like token born or something, then that chart analysis won't work. But if there's no news, it will go. Just on CoinGecko, check Digo. It's on
I don't really
CoinGecko.
think there is.
If there's no news, then it's going to play out well. So first thing is to check if is there a particular reason why it's pumping. So it's to check CoinGecko, search Digo on CoinGecko. Then from CoinGecko, you will get to their Twitter. Check their Twitter, the last tweet. Is there any tweet, positive tweet, maybe partnership, fundraising, or is there a delisting? Sometimes if there's delisting, market makers they tend to pump the token, then before they dump it. They pump it to exit and make profits then before they dump. So most times you don't want to be caught in between those things. This is their Twitter. Is this their Twitter? I don't know if you can hear me. They've had over
Digo.
they've had over 129 million trading volume in the last 24 hours. Unlike Digo that has been quiet for a while because I'm checking it on my phone. They just listed it on Asta, perpetual trading last week, and they've been listing it on perpetual trading on some exchanges. They've listed it on like 3 or 4 exchanges. That's unusual. And all of this happened within the last 6 days. About 4 exchanges have listed Digo perpetual trading. Very,
Yeah,
very
yeah, I'm
unusual.
seeing it.
About 5 or 6 within
But
the
most
last
of these
6 days.
sales changes, I feel like the reason why they actually listed it was that after this first pump, some of these exchanges now, whenever they see some coins are getting momentum, they just tend to just list, or kind of getting more volume. They just kind of start listing it just to know
Another
whether
thing,
they can
another
get
thing, this
in
is
with the
another
hype
thing
or
you should note.
getting with the fees there. But I
Another
don't
thing you
really
should note.
see any.
Okay, another thing you should notice within the past 14 days, Dico has pumped almost 300%. In the last 14 days, that's pumped almost 300%,
Yeah,
almost in the last 14 days. So sometimes that's the challenge with trading altcoins because your analysis might be right, technical analysis can be very right, but fundamentals there might be some factors, especially since it's a low market cap coin. Some factors like maybe they are doing token born or partnerships or some things that they are doing behind the scene that can just mess up the whole technical analysis. You get so most times for crypto pairs, altcoins, the most important thing is the fundamental analysis before even the technical analysis. So when both of them align, it's easier. It's like a silver bullet to like get the accurate results. So that's why I was asking that question because it's funny that the market is done, which was why I stayed away from River too. It's also why I stayed away from River. I refused to short it because it's funny that sometimes the market is dumping and you have some altcoins that will be going the
it's just
opposite
going
direction. Yeah, this
up. Okay,
Digo has
I saw that Binance will be adding a monitoring tag on Diego. Is that even a
okay.
thing?
So
Okay, they are still
yeah, and if you check their Twitter, they've been dropping back to back updates, bullish updates since this March, since
yeah.
1st of March. They've been dropping back to back and they have pumped over 200% since then. They've pumped from below 40 cents to approximately $1. So that means, and this is A team that has been quiet since December, suddenly from late February, they started dropping back to back information. And since then, they've been pumping. So it might be a bit risky taking
It's actually from
a
two
shot
cents.
in that
Actually,
position.
this smash from
Okay,
two
you can
cents
imagine.
because this is smash 7
Yeah.
from 2 cents.
So you can imagine that's
Seriously.
like a huge pump. So there's a huge tendency that that shot might fail, not because of the TA is not right. The TA is very sound and very okay, but based on fundamentals, what the team is doing, what they are planning, that thing can just fail. So that these are like the challenges with shorting altcoins or trading crypto pairs aside BTC, Ethereum, and some other ones like Avalanche and Solana that have like good M cap. These smaller ones, low market cap, they can easily get manipulated. Very, very, very easily.
That's
Someone can go and place a buy order of $200,000, and that buy order can mess up everything. A single tweet that they can drop about partnership or something else can just destabilize the whole thing. So that's the challenge. But aside that, this chart is very, very good. It's supposed to play out. It's supposed to. The only issue now is if you zoom out, these guys have been pumping since the last 2 weeks. They've been pumping, and anything is possible. And they've done over 200% pump this month alone. So it's kind of like risky. It's very, very risky. Look at the huge pump. It's very, 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 very risky. And they're still tweeting, still dropping certain tweets and all. So that's basically it.
okay. I'll
Yeah. So
just maybe
if
just
you
keep
want to
an
take
eye
it, you can
on
make it
on
like a
it
low, yeah, you can make
and
like a
see what
low
happens. Yeah.
low amount and don't go into aggressive. All right, so let's take questions. Someone is asking there was general dump yesterday. However, my tokens of interest did not dump to entry in spot for AVA. AVAX is still going down. I feel AVAX will still drop to that level. ARO ARO would still go down because our expectation is that BTC should still go down to like 50K. So if you factor that in, AVAX, if that happens, AVAX can go to as low as $7. ARO can go to as low as 1.3, 1.4. Red can go to as low as maybe 9 cents. Hopefully. Hopefully, I'll be very happy if red gets to like even 8 cents. I'm very, very happy because I need to bounce back. I know for a fact to bounce back. So that would be like a huge opportunity. Also, it seems three tokens. Another question. Also, it seems three tokens, AVAX, AR, and Red, especially AR, are selling their tokens to pay bills during this bear market. That's something that is worth checking because if you investigate Cake, that's Cake Swap, they are actually burning tokens. They are burning tokens like this period because the protocol is very profitable. So they're even burning. If you track them, they are burning more tokens than they are minting. So the supply is dropping for Pancake Swap. For ARO, I don't know. I can't say for sure. I've not checked. For AVAX have huge funding. They have huge funding and partners. I don't think they are supposed to be doing that, but I've not confirmed. For Red, I would have to check. I know Red is profitable. I know they have like a revenue generating system based on protocols that pay to use their Oracle service. So I know they're actually making money. They have lots of protocols that use Red, especially DeFi protocols. There are a lot that use Red. So I don't expect Red to be selling tokens to finance their services. I don't. But it's something that is worth checking though. What is making River to continue pumping? I don't know, sincerely, I don't know. I was looking at shorting River, but I had to let it be because BTC is dumping, River is pumping, BTC is pumping, River is correcting. I just had to leave it. And if you look at the River chart, see if I, let me see if I can pull up the River chart. If you look at the River chart, immediately it went above this level. Immediately it went above this level. There's like a free gap here. It's another reason why I refuse to touch it. There's like a free gap that might just spike. See it. Immediately it went above this level. I saw this yesterday. There's like a free. Let me just zoom in. There's a free gap here where it might spike all the way up to like $33. So I saw that yesterday while when I was anticipating if to take a shot on River while the market was pumping. But I just told myself, no, no, no. It's a token that is looking a bit bullish, and we have seen it defy BTC price action several times. February, I think first week of February, is it February or late January? I think late January, yes. We saw why BTC was correcting and dumping. Um, River ran all the way to almost $90, 26th of January. Did like an amazing run all through January and got as high as 90. So I didn't just want to try myself. I didn't want to try myself. So I left it. Plus, if you look at the price action too, it's printing like higher prices. Yeah, it's going higher and higher and higher. So there was no point me trying to go against the trend, even if BTC was dumping. So I just left it basically. So these are like some things you need to check, like the red too that actually just pointed out. It's also why I had to spot that most times the TA can be right, but with crypto pairs, you want to understand what is the team doing. Is it that they are buying back tokens or they are burning tokens or they signed a new partnership? You just want to check those things. Those things need to align, not just technicals alone. That's why sometimes it feels like people trading forex they tend to make more money than those trading crypto because crypto everything is not about technical analysis you're looking at. There's still a lot of fundamentals. Whereas for forex, fundamentals do carry weight, but it has to be some very serious fundamentals like the war that we're witnessing now. It's not some basic fundamentals that can move the market. It needs to be something really, really serious, not something that four persons can come together and make happen, or a simple tweet can just aggressively move the market. It doesn't happen like so. So the last question, good morning, sir. Is there any fresh analysis for us to do? Sincerely, right now, there's no fresh trade we're taking right now. Sincerely, there's no fresh trade that we're taking right now. We are waiting for BTC to finish its dump, which we're expecting it to get to the beginning of that trend line. I think I've pointed that out. We're waiting for BTC to finish its dump. This is it. This is the BTC chart. We're waiting for this dump to clean out to this level. And the only thing I said, if you're anticipating a trade, is should we get like a bounce? Should we get a bounce from BTC? There are two places you can short from, like to continue this downtrend. Is you can short from here, this resistance here. You can short from here, or you can short from here. If it gets back to this zone, you can short from here, or you can short from this resistance we have here. We have a gap here. So it's to wait for this 4 hours candle to close. It's to wait for it to close. So before we can now find other entries to continue, because for BTC, what you need right now is just continuation trades. That's basically what you need for BTC. It's continuation trades, which right now I can't find any yet. Can't find any continuation. So I need to just see something like push up, then before I can continue shutting all the way down. So for now, no fresh trades. We're still holding other trades, holding the AVAX trade. AVAX trade is still on. LTC trade is still on. LTC is proving to be very stubborn, very, very, very stubborn, very, very. And it's because of the activities around Litecoin, current activities around Litecoin. So it hasn't done really well. Dash wasn't communicated here. Dash has hit full TP, although that one wasn't posted here. It has hit full TP. So Dash is already a done trade. Zcash, spoke about Zcash yesterday. Zcash is still on. So that's all. No fresh trades for today, basically. No fresh trades. So any other question? Any other question? I think and that's all we're taking for today. No other questions. That's all we're taking for today. So see you guys same time tomorrow. For to the Muslims, I think it's public holiday for the Muslims. There's something they are celebrating. You can catch it, but yeah, wishing the
Oh yeah,
Muslims people a
Ramadan.
good, yeah, okay, Ramadan, happy Ramadan to the Muslims. See you guys tomorrow same time. Do have an amazing day. Please manage your trades well. Thanks, guys, and bye bye.